it.
It ain't hid. It's just there.
I mean, yeah. They just they put it down on the bottom floor there, and they was actually using that joint.
Mm-hmm. Now scroll down under that picture, Elder, that you own. Let's see what they got in there. You see the tunnels?
Yep. And they use that machine right there to make them.
Mm-hmm. You see all them tunnels?
Right here. This machine right here. That's what Phil Snyder was talking about, this machine.
Yeah, they call Bible wrote about that in several different scrolls. He wrote it because he was talking about how they had made that that 6-hour drive to London under the Atlantic Ocean using one of them.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half on that super train.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's called a rail train, and it's magnetically propelled.
Yeah, that's what Phil Snyder was talking about.
Right. So the one that you could, if you want to pull up one of those trains, pull up a Japanese super train.
There you go, right here.
Yep, there you go.
Well, look crazy looking.
If you go to the main page, it tell you how fast that motherfucker move. Why they bullshitting, Elder?
Oh yeah, let's get it.
Since we don't never got no receipts.
Man, what the hell does that? Bullet train. 249 miles an hour. Damn, that's flying like a Bugatti.
The only difference is the Bugatti can spin out of control much easier than that train.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is the magnetic trains go faster than this.
Yeah, it's called magnetic propulsion. Put it in there, magnetic propulsion train.
They go, them things go like Mach 4, Mach 5, like faster, like 5 times faster than the speed of light. The ones that's on the ground. Let's see.
Magnetic propulsion train.
There you go, right here. Here you go, right here. This is how it look right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it look on the ground.
Them the ones that's under the tunnel from London to DC. I think it's either DC or New York.
New York, and it go to all the Air Force bases in the whole United States, and it go to Area 51. It goes to all the other Groom Lake. It goes to Las Vegas underground, like one of the casinos where you can go underground, and then it goes to Los Alamos, and then it goes to another base that's in Mexico. Yeah, so they connected all the way underground. It's got a whole city network, 100 or some cities underground connected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bible wrote about that. He was writing about those they technology. I think it was either Leviathan 666 or it was
Man from Planet
Millennium books. One of the Millennium books.
Yeah, I got both of the Millennium books and the Man from Planet Riz. Yeah, so it's in the Man from Planet Riz and I think it's in the Millennium books.
Look, we think there's some new technology, Elder.
It's old. They got this on Venus.
Look, this is like in Earth years, the Anunnaki would have did this over 2 billion years ago.
Yep.
In Earth years.
Yep.
It's not as many years to them as it is for us because they got a different solar orbit.
Yeah.
And their time is different on Nibiru than it is on Earth, but on Earth, it would have been some billions of years ago. That's how old this shit is. Yeah. They just giving it to us as we going into a golden age after the close of this age. They said we couldn't do this shit, Elder.
Mm-hmm.
We would never figure out that it was feathers against fezzes and that we was two different groups of people and that they was among us, look like us, but they not of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They didn't think that one of us would ever know that they came over here as conquistadors. They set up a plot in the 32-degree Scottish Rite Freemasonic lodges that they was using pale faces to keep us blocked from.
Mm-hmm.
They never expected that we would invite half of European friendly faces over here in order to overrun their institutions with pale friendly faces that could go in and get the secrets freely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And bring them back out to us, because if we didn't pass the brown paper bag test, we couldn't go in.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we could pass the brown paper bag test, if we didn't have a pale face to vouch for us, we couldn't go in.
Mm-hmm.
So then you wonder how Elijah Muhammad ended up associated with J.B. Hunt. Right? But he said Yakub grafted the devil. The devil is the white man, and the white man is your sworn enemy. That's what Elijah told us, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
So how is J.B. Hunt one of his closest comrades?
Go ahead.
Right? Because J.B. Hunt understands the mission. He financed the chiefs of the land. He can earn the right for his prodigy or progeny to come over here and set up a tribe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we got to get out of this shit one way or another, and somebody got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they told us that they brought us over here from ships from Africa. But my DNA said, nigga, you've been here the whole time. What the fuck they talking about?
Yeah, right.
Right? When I go outside and I talk to the wind come back and say, what is you talking about? Them your kids been over there in Africa, but you ain't them and they ain't you.
Mm-hmm.
So my Pan-African studies is what was the result when I studied Marcus Garvey. And it allowed me to understand from the perspective of an African world viewpoint that the world wasn't always African.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? There is another group of melanated people they call Negritos. That's not Africans. In India, they call them Dravidians.
Mm-hmm.
In Japan, they're called the Ainu. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In Australia, they call I forget the name they call themselves down there. But all of these people are genetically tied to the earth. Most of us don't know that south is up. So we automatically come in the world upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how do we know south is up? If south is up, it would be more exposed to the sun than the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do I say that? Well, how do you verify that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In order for any side to get more sunlight than the other, that means that the part with the most sunlight has to be more exposed to the sun than the part that get the least sunlight. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you count from the equator to Detroit in the north, go to the same parallel south and tell me what climate is there. It's tropical. Right? Mm-hmm. Why is it tropical? Because it's getting more sun on the top than the bottom, which is all ice. It's the coldest part. Mm-hmm. This is how you know the ice shelf was created when the top poked out of the atmosphere. Like a yolk poking out of an egg. When this happened, it created the ice shelf. It's not a wall, it's a shelf. Because it goes up so high, but then it levels out. Because the water splashed when the worlds collided. And the splash broke through the atmosphere and flash froze in the darkness of space. Mm-hmm. Right? Because it's so cold out there, you need all this special gear just to be up there. Right? So that water flash froze a civilization in World War II went to go and see if he could discover them. He found out by Heinrich Himmler sending commissioned generals to go into the Tibetan mountains. You can look this shit up. This ain't hard to find. And to get the most powerful secrets of the earth from the monks. And he used a group called the Thule Society or the Thule Society. And this was the secret society of choice for the Third Reich. Mm-hmm. Right? What's the symbol for the Thule Society? You want to look it up?
How I spell it?
Thule Society. symbol. You are not connected.
We connected. What's the hell going on? Yeah, we playing the wrong shit. That's what we still talking about, that type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Vibration paperclip turned up to a spook that sat by the door.
Oh shit! There we go, right there. Yeah, I knew that was their symbol because that's dealing with Vasquez, Mother Velasquez or whatever with Hitler. Hitler, yeah, he was part of that same order. Like he studied under her.
Mm-hmm. You see the dagger?
Yeah,
dagger pointing down, ain't it?
Yeah.
But under the Raven Rock, it was a sword pointing up, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
You see that symbol in the back mean flip it.
Yeah.
Backwards. It's a backwards swastika, so that's flip it backwards.
Yeah, that's right.
If you flip it backwards, it don't matter because it's still gonna point straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the dagger was really a sword. The sword was the sword of truth. And the sword of truth cuts both ways. It cuts down the wicked and it cuts free the righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
My page, the shadow band and shit, because
but really, it don't matter because the truth got to come out. Somebody got to tell it.
That's why they let me get these tapes off, because I told them, like I told you to, man, you got to give me a chance to get my people. You got to give me a chance to get my people.
And you can see for somebody that don't know what they're talking about, we bring a lot of receipts.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I got to keep bringing that up because none of that shit we went over. I ain't writing none of that shit.
Yeah, why you coming out? You just a messenger.
I'm just showing you where it's at so you don't have to do the research. You can see us do it in real time.
Yeah, don't get mad at the messenger, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a mailman. I'm just delivering this shit right to your door. You open that shit up, nigga. You open that shit. Nigga, that's your shit. You open that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah. Me, nigga. Get at the nigga that wrote that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And that symbol is sweet as hell right there, though.
Yeah.
That shit dope as fuck. The one that you got in this corner over here?
Yeah.
You might have to send me that right quick.
Yeah, I just got the thrill symbol type thing. It's right there on there.
I'll find.
Yeah, if you got some questions for the legendary brother Rod Hayes,
we taking 10 questions, Elder.
10 questions on what we talked about tonight. We'll come back on this because we really got sidetracked, but the thing is, we go wherever Big Mama leads. You know, Big Mama, right?
Yes, sir.
Mama might say, hey, tell them about this. Tell them about that. So the energy be going like that, you know? So if you got a question, drop it in the chat right now, man. We're going to try to get it up out there. Make sure it's a good one, man. Make sure it's a real good one. A hard one where we need something that we need to know so we can get in this game, bro. All right. So people... Hey, but I got a question to start it off just so get them till they get started.
Let's go. All
right. So now the extraterrestrial connection with us on our land, and we know that a lot of these people came from it's some groups underground that want their whole game plan is we're gonna take over the surface. Where the humans are dumb, they are slow, they don't know, and so we know the part about Enlil's kids. But I'm talking about like the Derus and the Frugal Lords who want to take over the certain. What's your perspective on their agenda and what you think they up to? You know what I'm saying?
The only aliens there was a couple groups of aliens at different times that tried to take Earth over. One group is called Draconians, reptilian.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, and they came from the Draco star constellation, and they are not genetically compatible to have offspring with humans. But when you kill them on Earth, they come back looking like a human. But they have a condition called ichthyosis. Ichthyosis means lizard skin or fish skin. And there's another group that tried to take us over from Andromeda, and they lost. These is the ones they call the Predator, but their mouth don't look like that. They look like the Wraith from Stargate Deep Space.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. I'm with you.
Okay. Now, they came here, they used to hunt us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the movie with Ice-T when the nigga was in the hood, they kidnapped him and sent him in the woods to hunt him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the same shit. They was when they came to Earth, but when you kill them, they come back looking human too. But they always have a tail. They born with teeth that look sharp. Their teeth don't look like our teeth flat. They look like all their teeth K9. Like all their teeth look like K9 teeth.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, then the last group that came over was Enlil. Now we ran the other groups out of here. Enlil used conjure to open up the mirror dimension to bring in a mirroring species that didn't look like us when they came, but when you kill them on Earth, they come back looking like us. But they don't have, they can't link to the Earth because they mitochondrial, it's got a reverse spin on it, so they'll never sink to the Earth. Right? And they can live up to 1,000 to 1,500 years easy. Right? And he brought them over here as like, if I can't have this shit, ain't nobody gonna have it. That's what made him bring them over here. But they came over originally to do his bid. In other words, they was trying to put Enlil on the God seat of heaven and earth. They couldn't put him there because it's a feminine seat on earth. Right? So he couldn't sit there unless he had mitochondrial birthright from the mother, and she had to be from Earth, and his mother's not from Earth, so nothing he could do. So he got, in turn, opened the mirror dimension, and that's what made the scientists collapse the fourth dimension into the third to trap them from jumping back and forth so we can catch their ass. Because they had portals that they could jump to, but when they collapsed the dimensions, now those portals are not operational. So they can't use them until we flip out of the third density matrix over the fourth into the fifth. This is what we're doing now. That's what the work is. All this shit we doing now is to flip from third density to fifth density. And this is why they call it ascension, because a whole lot of information and knowledge comes with the fifth density that you don't have time for in third density life. Fourth density is your dream state.
Okay, go ahead. Keep on going.
The reason we in the dream state, we need a dream state because we used to incarnate and disincarnate. We didn't even need a house. Because when we in energy form, we don't get cold, we don't sweat, we don't have sexual organs. But when we take on the physical, then we have all that stuff because we adopting a body. So what they did was they fixed everybody into positions by collapsing other dimensions. So the dimensions is, you're not supposed to have an infinity loop. Right? Which when I can do live demonstrations, I'll show you how that shit works and it'll make perfect sense. But it's supposed to spiral up, but instead it collapsed 3 into 4 and it makes a figure 8. And that's what's called being trapped into a limited reality. You went from limitless to limited. We trying to be limitless again. And it starts with understanding what happened in order to break free. So those are the aliens that came to take over. When we talking about the Procyon aliens that came with both melanated and non-melanated beings, we talk about the Ashtar that came, the Nordics, the tall whites. That's what they call the ones who became, who amalgamated with the Norse. They call them the tall whites. All of these came, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the ones from Orion all came to aid in the cleaning up the genetic spill. They said that it would never work. And that go back to J. Rogers, Superman the Man, when he was explaining to the senator how, when the senator was talking about how bad black people spell to pale people, the conductor told the senator how bad pale people smell to so-called black people. Right? We was utterly repulsed by each other. Nobody couldn't figure out how to get us to amalgamate. And it was necessary because they created a subspecies of human that was sentient but couldn't ascend. So they was trapped in the infinity loop. And to keep them from violating the galactic law, everybody was wanted to give up a drop of blood, but some of the ones that had been conditioned to having these people as their pets, because that's what they called them. They call us over here in the Americas X, because they say we always rallying around some queen. Just what they say, right? And so they talk about our matriarchy and the grand matriarch. And when she say, fuck them niggas up, we could be fighting, me and God could be having a full-blown fist fight, and Big Mama can say, hey, go beat them niggas ass down the street. We gonna stop, go whoop them niggas ass, have dinner, and then tomorrow we might be fighting again. But the motherfuckers Big Mama said got.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why Tupac said in this song, we might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down, get us pissed.
Get us pissed.
Right? We was pissed in the 70s. We ain't pissed no more.